What's going on, people? As you can see behind me, my greenhouse experiment is now over, and there were some good parts in it and there were some bad parts in it. Good parts were when I started it out, everything came up appropriately. Bad part was I started the greenhouse too late. I started on April the 25th. I think with this greenhouse, I probably could have started in February. So as you can see, I've torn this thing down and we're getting ready to do a remake of it. And I'm going to share a video on this, but I wanted to show you the failure. Not really the failure, but I wanted to show you what happened to some of my plants, because I did record it, but I was kind of ashamed to let you guys see them. But you know what? You got to take the good with the bad, and this right here might help someone. So here's the video of the hydroponic experiment. All right, we got some fresh female flowers right there. I don't know about these over here. They don't look like, well, I know I fertilized that one right there. That one down there, the flower never opened up on it. Oh, got cucumber plants coming all over in here. That one never did make it. That cucumber's growing big. Got another one growing big right down there. It's probably ready to be picked. That one doesn't look like it's gonna make it. I don't know if the way I'm fertilizing them is working, or I'm doing it wrong, or what. Some of them make it, some of them don't. Tomatoes still growing here. Again, I think the heat's really getting to these plants. I think this boy right here, I think the next year I'll try to grow earlier, because these tomatoes really, look at that, that's kind of wilted looking. These tomatoes really can't handle the heat. All right, our blooms haven't opened up yet there on our squash plant this morning. Looking for the cucumbers, some more babies to open up. That one is growing. That one opened up the other day. That one, I think we lost it. I don't know why. We haven't had a whole lot of bugs. That one doesn't look like it. And I know I fertilized that one, but it doesn't look like it survived. And we'll look around for more. Got another tomato plant over there. All right, our squash is looking a little bit weird. It just doesn't look like the flowers are opening real well. Cucumbers, and again, I think hindsight's 2020. I should have done this earlier in the season. I planted these things in April. I went back and looked at the camera, and it was late April. I should have done these things late March. Tomato plant looks stressed, really stressed. This one right here is not even producing any blooms anymore. Well, it's got a bloom up there. That one's got a few blooms on it. But it just does not look healthy. And I think it's the heat inside of here. Alrighty, well, the squash plant is still thriving, but look at my cucumber plant. Oh God, I don't know what happened. I don't know if the heat got too hot in here yesterday, or I don't think the water level doesn't feel like it's down that low. Tomato plant looks fine. This one right here never has looked that good since all this happened, but this right here, we're gonna have to check this cucumber and see if we can get it to come back. I don't know, it looks pretty bad. Look at that. It got pretty hot yesterday. But I didn't think it got that hot in here yesterday. The water level is low, but it's not that low. The roots look good. It doesn't feel like it's lacking anything, but something apparently happened. I'm gonna put more water in here. Well, our flower still hasn't opened up here. They are really not taking the heat. The plant has come back since yesterday. I mean, it looked horrible yesterday. And it has come back a little bit, but I think this cucumber plant is gone, y'all. The heat got to it. Heat really is getting to these too. I put water in the tomato plant yesterday. Not really seeing any new tomatoes. I see those same ones right back there, but I don't really see any new ones. And I think it's the heat that's doing it. It's a learning lesson. I think I planted this garden, this hydroponics garden, too late because mine's outside. They're doing fine. But inside of this sauna-like contraption I've got built here, it's just a heat wave in here. So hopefully the cucumber plant will come back. Alrighty, well, these plants look horrible. I don't know what's happening here. We had some blooms the other day, and I see one down there, but it looks like it's falling off. We got some new blooms down here at the bottom. You can see that one there. Cucumber plant looks bad. I mean, seriously bad. We do have some red tomatoes starting to come here. Got another tomato growing over there. The heat, I really think, has gotten to these plants. So that's a big mistake to do a greenhouse. Hey, we got a new tomato right there. That's neat. You can see it on camera. We got a new one there. But that's what's happening is I think the heat is getting to these plants inside of this greenhouse because it's like a sauna. But that sucks. Oh wow, everything looks really bad this morning, y'all. I don't know what's happening with this plant. The cucumber plant is coming back. And I know what happened there. The water level got too low. You got to watch it like a darn hawk. I got a little baby cucumber over here somewhere. I just saw it look right over there. There's a baby one I can fertilize. So we might get another cucumber or two. But look at the plant itself. It looks horrible. Look at that old pitiful thing right there. It looks horrible. We got some red tomatoes over there. And again, the heat is what's getting to this. We still got some tomatoes right here. This plant, yeah, it's gone. I think it is gone. The pumps are working. Just the timing is wrong. Well, the squash plant looks absolutely horrible. I don't know what happened. Look at the cucumber. I mean, some of it's coming back. We got a young cucumber right there that I fertilized the other day. Some of this is coming back here on this side. But look at the entire plant. The heat really got to it. Look at that poor little pitiful cucumber right there. Looks like some kind of monstrosity. The heat got to it. It got to this plant over here. We still have tomatoes growing on it. But it's even though the water level is good, the plant itself is not doing too good in this heat. So that's a learning lesson. I planted too late for one thing. This one right here, it's not even producing. I don't even think this one's even producing flowers anymore. So we'll know the next time. I think my squash plant's gone. It's all wilted and stuff. Doesn't look good. Cucumber plant, it's still growing. It doesn't have any cucumbers on it, not that I can see. Tomato plant, we're still producing tomatoes. We're not getting real huge or anything, but we got tomatoes there. This one looks like crap. I think this is probably seen its days here. That one was the youngest one, and it's got actually I see a red tomato back there. Right there. So it's still producing tomatoes. So something's going right with that one. The heat is getting to it though. Oh, I guess I can say this squash plant's awash. The water level's not low. I think the heat has gotten to the cucumber. It looks horrible. The only one that actually looks halfway decent is this tomato plant, and it's still producing tomatoes. But it looks bad. The heat's getting to it. This one right here, I pretty much need to just pull them all up and start from scratch. I'm thinking about planting some more because we have such a long season. Maybe it won't be so hot. All right, this is the tomato plant, and look at the roots. They don't look real good. They were nice and bright before. That's why this plant's dying. I don't know if that's a chemical thing there or what, but they're not supposed to be that color. They're not supposed to be brown. Now see these roots actually look good here. This is from the cucumber plant. I've already taken all the dead part off. So it was the heat that got to this one right here, because these roots look basically good. Still got good airflow down there. You can see it bubbling up. So we're gonna have to start earlier next year before the heat gets here. Okay, I've emptied out my greenhouse here. They're all sitting over there on the side. I'll show it to you in a little bit. You probably don't really want to see it, but it's emptied out. But now look at this tomato plant right here. This looks good. The roots look good. And so tomato plant, yeah, it's undergoing some heat problems, but the actual root system looks good. I'm going to check the pH level and the concentration level and see if those are on par. I think I'm probably going to have to lower the pH a little bit. Well, this does not look good at all. It got really, really hot yesterday, and I don't know. I don't think the water level is down that low. I just checked the water level a couple of days ago, but that does not look good right there. I'm gonna check the levels. Like I said, the water levels don't look that low. The roots don't look that bad. I don't know what happened to it other than the heat. Alrighty. Well, this plant is pretty much gone. So my little hydroponics experiment was a failure. And I think it was a success, but it was a failure in that I did it at the wrong time of year. I'm gonna plant some new stuff down in here. I'm gonna redo the walls and everything, and I'm gonna make sure it's not plastic this time, because I think the plastic has a whole lot to do with its failure, and also the time of year again that I planted everything. So. I mean, I think this plant would have done real good. It's got some tomato plants on it. I don't know if I should let it keep going, because it just does not look healthy to me. So anyway, we'll see you with the next video, and maybe this one will be more successful. If you guys have any comments on how I could have improved my situation, give me a holler. Okay, I took the wall down, but I wanted y'all to see what the root system doesn't look that bad. I mean, it really doesn't. So I don't know why this plant died. I really don't. The pH was about 6.0. The parts per million were a little bit on the high side. It was probably about 1,000 or so. I don't know. I think it all has to do with the heat. Aftermath of Hurricane Irma. Yeah, that's what happened to it while I was gone. Thankfully, everything was out of there, though. And what the inside looks like. It looks the same. Some other plants are going real good. Got bunches of jalapeno peppers. But we're going to be redoing this greenhouse anyway, making it better, bigger, stronger. All right. there's the greenhouse after the effects of Irma. So we're gonna have to tear it down. There are the boxes right there. There are the cages right there. It was a success at first, but it's time to start fresh, start new, bigger, better, bolder. We're gonna do this right. All right, there it is with all the plastic torn off of it. I'm going to widen it, and I'm gonna reinforce it and make it level and more sturdy, and put some polycarbonate around it. And I'm gonna reinforce the walls and put make it so it doesn't get so hot. Put some fans in there. I hope I can do all this. We'll see. All right, I take that back. I don't hope that I can do it. I am going to do it. No ifs, ands, or buts. Positive reinforcement. Positive reinforcement.